Right, to start the game, Littleton versus Lafayette. Started the game, goes to Jackson. Jackson off the wall, back up to Nolan. Nolan working into the zone. He takes a shot into the corner. Works his way up to the corner, sent back in by Noah. Hops back out here. Here comes Littleton. Littleton shoots it and kicks it off. And back into the corner. It gets pinched off by Mason. And around the net they go. Still working behind the net. Hit away by Noah. And now Jackson's going to pick this up. He's going to bring it up to the boards. Hitting it up to Nolan. Nice job. Nolan catches the pass. That was a hard pass. He brings it to the slot. Take a shot. Oh, slash. You got a slash, so we're going to go on the power play here. The boys, about half the team, made it to practice yesterday, and including the power play unit. And that's pretty much what they practiced for about half an hour. So let's see if that half an hour of work is going to pay off. So, yeah. So West to take the face off here. Jackson, Mason, Devin, and Cass. 14:39 left in first. Sorry, it's really loud in here, guys. Hopefully I'm not shouting into the microphone here, but there's a lot going on. All right, power play. 6 seconds is already removed from the power play. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. Puck comes up along the boards, held in by Devin. Devin backhands it over to Mason. Mason back to Devin. Shot in front. Can't quite get to it. And Devin holds it in. Nice work. Devin over to Mason. Mason's going to bring it in. He's going to try to put it towards the net. Gets deflected away. They're going to have to work down low to get it. West comes back out with it. West backhands. Hits off. Now Mason. Mason working it back up top here. We're going to reset here. Back to Mason. Mason in. Glove saved by the goalie. So it should be 1:30 left. Because, yeah, they took 6 seconds off the power play to start with. But probably going to get let out of the box right when that timer counts down. So they're going to send it all the way around the boards. They do get it. And Kaz is going to have to go catch up with his guy. He takes him down, so he's going to get called on the trip, I think. And that's going to negate the rest of the power play. Oh, he's getting called for the hold. So 4-on-4 for about a minute 12, and then we're going to have to go on the penalty kill here. So we got Nolan and Eli coming out with James and Nicholas. Jackson's our goalie today. Face-off won by Littleton, but it's going to roll all the way down to the defensive zone here. Eli giving some chase. He's got Nolan with him. Eli gets to it first. Nice job by Eli. And Littleton's going to have to start over here. Littleton's still kind of playing behind their own net. And they still haven't quite worked it out. Ooh, picked off. Oh, pass almost picked off. Here comes Littleton now. They're working their way on James. Deflected up and back behind the netting. And Littleton is now set up for their power play. Actually, an errant pass jumped over a stick, and we're going to get a reset. We're going to get one fresh new body out there. Wes is out there. He's going to intercept. He gets shoved off the puck. Goody pokes it over to him. So now he's just going to hold on to it. He's probably just going to delay just a little bit. Now he's got some room. Bobbles the puck, but James is there, and he's going to pick it up. He's going to work his way in. He's going to go and shoot it right towards the net. Nice job by James. Now Nolan's going to hold it down in the corner. Good job by these guys. Oh, Nolan's got it. West. Oh, darn. Nolan back to James. James across to Noah. Noah flings it on the net. Blocked by Shugart. And here they come. Now we are on the penalty kill officially. And up into the netting it goes. So 38 seconds left here on the penalty kill for Lafayette. We got Dane out there with Declan and Wes and Noah. So Dane must be playing as a forward. Face off, picked up by Littleton. They work their way into the slot. Shot goes over the goal. Declan tried to spin her, missed it. Out to the point it goes. Back out to the opposite point. Shot goes wide. Declan now battling away. Noah over there. Bobbled puck goes to Noah. Noah's going to send it all the way down the ice. And this should pretty much do it for the penalty kill. Dane's going to grab it now. Dane's just going to pop it back into the corner, and that should do it. So we're going to get even numbers. Mason out there now. And Declan and Noah still there. Mason chasing him down. Kaz comes out of the box. And Kaz, Mason to Kaz. Oh, Mason just missed him. No icing. Kaz wrapping around now. He loses it off his stick, and it's going to come all the way down to Noah. Noah flings it up the ice. Devin's out there now. Devin trying to get to it first. He is able to wrap it up, but gets it a little too far away from himself. And Littleton going into the corner now. This is a much better pace of game than it was the other day. Nice job by Jackson and Nolan to keep it into the zone there. But Littleton is able to work it out. Declan out there now. Oh, Nolan hits it. Now along we're neutral ice now. Littleton corrals it as they're going to bring it back through here. They're going to dump it in deep once they make the red line. Declan's going to have to go run onto this. Declan gets pushed off the puck. So Devin coming in, still behind the net. Jackson going out for it. He's going to get a trip, unfortunately. So I think we're going to go back on the penalty kill once Declan touches up. So unfortunately, Jackson gets the trip, and he's going to have to go off. So Jackson's at 2. 10:48 left in the first period. Huh? Yeah. I don't know what he tripped him. So face-off won by Kaz. Back to Nicholas. And nice job by Kaz. Kaz over to Eli. And Eli taking it into the corner. He can hold on to it. He's just going to hold on to it as long as he can, I think. And finally, Littleton's able to grab it and bring it back out here. We've got James and Nicholas here as our defensemen at the blue line holding it up. Puck makes its way nice. Oh, dang. Nice. Sorry, Kaz kind of intercepted it, but then plucked it right back to Littleton, and then Littleton came it in for a shot, but then we won it back. So into the zone they come. Nicholas is going to grab this. He's going to wrap it hard around the boards. Can't quite make it out, and they're going to bring it in, deflected, and back up to the point they have to go. So nice job by this group to try to limit it. Now I got to go forward. There we go. Deflected up into the netting. Good step up by Wes. So a minute left here in the penalty kill. We get Noah Declan out there with Wes and Mason. Face-off won by Littleton. It's going to go out to the point here and dump it back into the corner. Noah gets to this first. Nice job by Noah. Does get back to Littleton, though. Noah's still working hard, though, trying to recover it. He's being a pain. Littleton back out along the slot. Shot it wide. Noah picks it up on the back end. Oh, darn. Back to Littleton it goes. Littleton takes the slapper, whiffs on the slapper. They're going to get a second chance here as they bring it down into the corner. They're wrapping it around up by the blue line here. Back down deep. Noah's going to push his guy over. Great work by Noah. He wraps it hard around the boards. This should be enough to pop it out. Really great work by Noah on the penalty kill here. We're going to get some fresh skaters out. 15 seconds left on the penalty kill, which should spring Jackson out here. James out with Nicholas. Got Mason in the west still. They work their way on Nicholas. They cut towards the front. Nice save by Jackson. And that'll do it for the penalty. So Jackson's out, another forward's on, and we're back to full strength. Mason's got it. He's got a full head of steam. Oh, just misses getting it over to Devin. And we're going to get called for the offsides there. Offside's going to stay just outside the zone, though. Sorry, and that's Dane out there. Dane, Maxim, Alex, Nicholas, James. And here comes Littleton through the neutral zone. Picked off by Maxim, trying to get it back to Alex. Nice job by Maxim. Maxim is working hard. And over to the boards. Alex trying to give him pain. He gives him just enough for Dane to come in. Dane, like a wrecking ball, goes back to Nicholas. Nicholas shoots it. Deflected wide by the goalie. Nice job. Pad save by the goalie again as Littleton's trying to work this thing out. Littleton through neutral ice. Into the corner. James pokes it away. Dane's able to get to it. Now it's kind of pinging around in the corner. Sorry, Maxim's got a hold of it. Maxim off the glass up, but this is going to ice. But we can at least get some fresh bodies out. It's a nice job by that shift to give a little bit of pressure. Declan and Noah now here on defense. Eli, Kaz, Wes. Mixing up the lines a little bit today. We're just trying to get something going on offense. Face off won by Littleton, but it rolls out of the zone. Eli giving good chase. Eli giving good pressure. Doesn't have anybody with him, though, so he's just going to keep going. Picked off by Wes. Wes going to have to hold up until Eli can come out of the zone. Good touch up by Eli. Eli trying to get the puck. Oh, gets it to Kaz. Here we go. Kaz can't quite keep a hold of it. It's just kind of pinging around right now. Neutral ice it goes in the skates. Nice job by Kaz. And they make it into the zone. Picked up by Noah. Noah's going to fling it off the boards. Stays stuck at the point where the bobbled puck goes to Kaz. Kaz picking up speed. And he bobbles it and it gets lost in the skate. So here comes Littleton. So like I said, hopefully we can get our ice time back. These little kind of bobbles, nice deflection by Noah up into the netting. But hopefully these little bobbles where we're not maybe stick handling as well as we can will go away with more ice time. All right, Jackson out there with Nicholas. We got Devin, Nolan, and Mason. 7 minutes left in the first. Face-off goes back to the corner here. Mason's going to grab a hold of it. Mason takes it up the ice and trying to shovel it to Devin. Devin now, they're in the corner. And Mason comes out within the dots. Now Devin tries the backhand. It gets deflected, goes back to Jackson. Jackson along the wall to Devin. Devin in the corner. He's going to get pushed off, but he's going to keep shoving and try to regain control. Now held in by Mason along the boards. Nice hit by Devin. Devin just keeps slamming the kid over and over again. Probably doesn't feel so great as the puck stays on the boards. Devin trying to kick it to Mason. Mason has no idea it was there, and it's going to come out. Nice job by Nolan. Picks it back off, sends it into the opposite corner. So we're still giving good pressure here. Mason trying to get to this. We got Nolan. They're going to have to reverse it. Pinched by Nicholas. It's going to come up the boards. We got Alex now. As they work their way in, shot way over the top. It's going to come all the way out. And Nolan still getting chased. Bobbled puck goes to Nolan in the slot. Yeah! Good hard work play by Nolan. 5 holds it in. And we are on the board. 1-0. Nice job by Nolan. 6 minutes left in the first. All right. James Noah out there on the D line. Maxim, Alex, Dane. Face-off won by Maxim. Comes back to Noah. Noah's going to get it over to Alex. Alex pops it off the boards to himself. Now trying to get it up to Maxim. Maxim having to work along the boards. He's going to get pinched off here. Aaron passes. Dane goes running onto it. It's going to deflect up into the netting. All right, Max is to take this face off. Goes into the corner. Littleton's just going to wrap it. Held in by James. Nice job by James. Oh, gosh. Oh, Dane get a great pass to Maxim. Maxim hit it wide, unfortunately. But a couple good chances right there between Dane and Maxim up front. Littleton loses hold of it. Maxim's going to run onto it. He shoves his guy over. They're going to work it back into the corner. Alex trying to hold onto it. Gets poked off his stick. James going to come back out with it. He's going to get it over to Wes. And Wes is going to spin move around and work his way up here. He's going to try to get himself a little bit of space, but they're kind of right on top of him. He's finally just going to backhand it to James. James back along the boards to Wes. And Wes spins it around. We need to just get it out of the zone. That was one thing with PSD we did where we had, there we go, nice job by Wes. Works his way around. He's getting hooked and slashed. He makes his way all the way into the zone.
Dang.
Eli takes a shot on goal, gets deflected wide. And Wes finally gets pushed off the puck after bringing it all the way down the ice. In the neutral zone comes Littleton. We get able to, Kaz I think is out there. He's able to poke it back down deep. Good work by Kaz. Kid comes in and misses his check on Kaz and sends himself into the board. Considering pass by Eli. Wes trying to get it in. Oh, dang. Right up front there. Couldn't quite settle the puck down to get a good shot. But Kaz working hard. All these guys are working hard. Gets it back to Declan. Declan off the skates. Sends it across to Goody. Goody's going to try to put it towards the net. Gets deflected by a shin guard. And he's able to hold it in, but we're offsides. They're going to send it all the way down the ice. No icing because it was on target. Declan now, and we're going to have a regrouping. Declan sends it all the way down, hits Devin in the back. Devin having to come back up with it here. He's going to work his way through center ice, gets it over to Nolan. Nolan into the corner. He's got Devin in front. Can't quite get it to him, though. Worked his way down to Devin. Devin backhand. It's still in the crease. It's right in front of the goalie. He's not covering it up. Oh, dang. And they're going to ice the puck. So it's going to come all the way back. Boys are moving and grooving now. All right, Jackson Nicholas on the blue line here. Devin out there with Nolan. And not Mason, I'm guessing, is centering it. Face off won by Littleton. They're going to take it around. They backhand it. Mason going to go try to get this. And here comes Littleton. They spring a guy. Nicholas having to come over. Good job by Devin on the back check and covered up by Jackson. All right, same five staying out there. Mason taking this face-off. Face-off was won by Littleton. And they're going to send it up along the boards here. Mason and Devin trying to work it out. Littleton to the dot shot. Swerving Jackson near side under the glove. So Littleton has tied up the game. All right, Maxim out there now with Alex and Dane. And we got Noah and James. Face-off won by Littleton. Maxim trying to get pressure as they bring it into the zone. Almost picked off by Maxim. And they're going to bring it out, and they're just going to wing it in to the corner. It's going to be picked up by Noah. Noah misses it. Grabs it again, rings it around off the boards. Alex trying to go get it, and now Maxim comes back up with it. He goes along the boards to James. James back over to Noah. And Noah's going to bring it up. And it does make it out of the zone just barely. But Littleton's going to just shove it right back in. James now off the boards, trying to look for Alex. And back in. They're going across to the point. Shot, saved by Jackson. All right, Kaz out there, Eli, Declan, Wes. Kaz will take his face off. Face off won by Littleton. Comes back, Kaz picks it up, and he's going to wing it off the boards and out. Littleton just sends it into the bench, takes off Logan's glove. So it should come out of the zone here. Kaz takes the face off, flips it back to Jackson. Jackson up the boards, back to Kaz. Kaz now working his way into the zone. He dumps it into the corner. I think he's going to get called for offsides. No. Face off, kind of just sticks around. West trying to get a hold of it now, right at the point. Kaz there. Kaz comes out there and punched up a West's stick, poked away by Declan. Good job by Declan. Declan off the boards. He chips it out. Kaz trying to run onto this now. Able to be held in at the point by Eli. Eli dumps it down. And they're able to wrap it around. Jackson trying to pinch. It gets by him. Rolls all the way down. Now Declan down there by himself, saved by Jackson. Jackson having to get it. He loses it in the corner. Kaz picks it up. And Littleton brings it back in, deflected by Jackson off the glass. Jackson's going to wrap it back around. He's going to break it out to Declan. Declan passes it to Aaron, pass to nobody. Nice as the puck. All right, James, Nicholas on defense here. We got Dave, Mason, and Nolan. Mason to take the face off. Littleton comes up with it, but Devin working hard. He's able to beat them to the puck. They're able to come back in, though. Can't quite poke it away. Good poke by Nicholas. They're going to ring it down the board, so James is going to have to go grab this. Trying to work its way out. We can't quite get it out. They're going to come in, shoot it, locked in front. And they're back along the boards. They send it, and Jackson's just going to cover it with his glove. Face-off goes into the corner. James sends it around for Nicholas. And Littleton back behind the goal. Mason trying to get some help here. Just a battle behind the net. It's going to come out. Devin's going to get a hold of this. And he brings it back around. Someone's got to go to it. There we go. Mason grabs it. He's going to bring it out. Trying to get it over to Nolan. Picked up again by Littleton. Littleton working their way in. Shot goes way wide. All the way up. Alex now getting it off to Nolan. Nolan off the boards to himself. Nolan sends it in. We got pressure from Mason. And that'll do it for the period. So ended the period with a 1-1 tie. inside. Puck drop, start of the second here. West getting it over to Eli. Come on, guys. Eli trying to work his way in, gets it poked off his stick. Now Kaz in there. He's in the zone. He goes along the boards. He works it to the dot. It's poked off his stick. And West is able to intercept it here. West in now. West pokes it free. Noah's going to grab it. He's just going to send it towards the net. Travis on the other side. He puts it through. Oh, West almost got that rebound. And then it gets poked off of Noah's stick when he tried for the shot. So here comes Littleton. They're going to work their way in. And they're going to pull up here and get it to the dots. Hit away by West. And here comes West. So West by himself gets shoved down as he goes into the net here. Goal's going to get pushed off, so it's going to get blown dead. All right, Declan and James out there. Mason, Nolan, and Devin. Face-off won by Littleton. They're going to sling it around the board. It's going to be held in by James. And Littleton comes out with it, though. Littleton gives it over to Declan. Declan over to James. James all the way across to Mason. Mason hit it a little too far in front of him, and Littleton picked it up, and then he picks Littleton's pocket and come back out with it. Littleton now working their way into the corner. And Littleton out in the slot. Quick shot saved by Jackson. All right, Nicholas and Noah coming out. Dane, Maxim, and Alex. Maxim takes his face off. Maxim wins it. Couldn't quite get it out, though. Now Dane got it. Dane gets it out. Good job by Dane. Down, Littleton comes. Good job by Maxim. Good hard work. Oh, jumps over Maxim's stick, though. And Littleton comes back. Littleton's guy, they like to kind of hang a wing high and cherry pick just a little bit, so it's something we got to be aware of. Maxim now. Maxim trying to shove it up to Alex. Noah gets a hold of it. Noah bobbles it, but he corrals it. He's going to take it in. Noah working into the corner. He sends it around. Alex trying to run onto this. And Littleton coming out with it again. There's someone real far back. Cherry picks. And they're going to call for the offsides. But again, we've got to watch that guy coming in behind, because they're doing it every time. Right. Eli, Wes, and Kaz out there with Jackson and James. Face off, kind of stays in the dot. Eli picks it up, and he's going to backhand it up to Wes. Wes just shoves it into the corner here. Eli running onto it. He's working with Littleton. Wes coming in now. Wes picks it up, sends it over to Kaz. Kaz whiffs on the shot. Kaz backhands it to James. James tries to get it over to Jackson. Jackson now into the corner. And Jackson's able to win it, and he's able to get it over to Wes. So good job maintaining possession. James trying to get it over to Jackson, can't do it. Littleton comes out with it. Nice kickoff by Devin, but when he brings it into the zone, Kaz is offside, so it's going to come out here. All right, Nicholas and Declan out there on defense. Mason, Nolan, Devin kind of just sticks in the dots and then finally comes out. Littleton sends it into their own corner. Dane giving chase as they wrap around the boards, pinched in by Declan. Declan sends it along. Devin having to run onto it now. Picked off by Nicholas, but unfortunately couldn't quite get it all the way through the center. Held in by Nolan, who sends it along. Mason's going to pick this up now in the corner. And we're working along the boards. Can't really. Oh, picked up by Nolan. Nolan shot it, but it got deflected. Nolan holds off his guy enough for Devin to get a hold of it. Devin trying to work his way to the middle here, but he's behind the net to begin with. Trying to backhand it to Mason. Mason picking it up. Mason in there. Can't quite get him there. Mason gets to it again. And Littleton able to corral it just enough to get it into the corner. Nicholas wraps it. He's going to wrap around the boards back to Devin. Devin just chips it up ice. This does not have enough stink to make it, so no icing. And picked up by Mason. Mason looking for someone. He gets it to Declan, who's coming in. Shot deflected up into the netting. Right, Dane, Max, and Alex out there with Noah and Jackson. Face off won by Littleton. They're going to sling it all the way. It hits off the goal. That would have hit off and gone right to Jackson, but it hit off the ref's foot, who didn't even bother to get out of the way and went right back to Littleton. Littleton works their way in. Littleton in the corner now. Good job by Noah. The ref's just like getting in the way. Noah's going to go ahead and take this up because he gets slashed and hit with a stick and held, but no call. And now into the corner goes again. Jackson trying to pinch. And Jackson able to kind of hold it in, but now it works its way out to Noah. Noah, he's going to chip it out, and it's going to come back to Littleton here. Littleton opposite corner, goes back behind the net. Noah's going to go grab it. Noah grabs it, gets it over to Jackson. Jackson backhands it, and it goes up to Littleton. They're just going to shove it back down. Dane trying to run onto this now. Jackson picks it up. Can't get it out of the zone, though. Noah grabs it. Noah trying to get it up to Alex. Noah comes in, hits his guy, so Alex gets it. Alex gets it over to Noah. Noah shoves it up here. But Littleton coming back in. They make their way around. Not really sure. Jackson, goalie Jackson saved it, I think. Good job. Face-off won by Kaz. Goes back to James. James off the board up to Wes. Wes chips it up the boards to Eli. Eli gets taken out and hits the rest. Kaz got it now. Kaz, power move to the net. Turning shot. Saved by the goalie. Nice try by Kaz. And it's going to come down. Nicholas having a hustle for it now. Good job by Nicholas, but they work their way into the dots and they get taken down. And of course, we're going to get called for the hold. Or Goody's going to get called for the hold or the hook or the trip or something. So I think it's on Goody. He's going to go sit 2 minutes. 1:09 left in the second here. No news. All right, face off one by Littleton back to the point. They're going to start working their way around here. Go into the corner. Back up to the point. Shot deflected, goes over the netting. Littleton still working the point. Littleton staying along the blue line here. Going to sling it, saved by Jackson. Pad save. West trying to win it now into the corner. Pops out. Declan just swings his stick and sends it down. Littleton trips up and Kaz got a hold of it now. Kaz gets it over to Wes. Wes is just going to take it out of the zone, get it over to Declan, and Declan's just going to put it back in deep. So Littleton having to regroup. 1 minute left on the penalty. As Littleton brings it in. Littleton set up now. And a nice block by Declan, sent out by Nolan. Declan's going to get a sub here. As Littleton sends it all the way down for an icing. All right, Eli Nolan out there with Nicholas and Jackson. Face-off goes into the corner. And here comes Littleton. Blocked by Jackson, goes wide. Eli does come out of the zone. Eli giving good pressure. Eli, nice job by Eli, just wins the puck. He works his way into the dots, makes a shot, and he gets shoved down and then hit in the back of the head. No call. These refs just hate us. Nicholas tries to shove it towards the goal. Littleton on their way back out. They're going to work their way in. He did pull off the penalty. Littleton now in the slot. Shot. Not giving them that much room to shoot it. Now Littleton gets penalized, probably for some sort of unsportsmanlike conduct or just making a comment to the refs. But the stick to the back of the head on Eli, nothing. These guys have some good shooters on their team. We can't allow them that room to shoot, especially not from that dangerous area right at the slot. You got to step up on it. All right, let's see if the boys can even up the score here. So West takes his face off. Back to Kaz, Mason, 7. Picked up by Kaz. Kaz works his way in. Picked off by Littleton. Littleton's just going to send it all the way down. Send it up to Mason here. Mason gets it over to Kaz. Kaz shovels it to the corner. And they send it all the way back down again. Over to Devin. Rolls on Devin, but Devin's able to corral it. And he's going to bring it up ice. Hits off his stick to Jackson. Jackson to West. Hits off of West's stick, unfortunately. We just got to do a better job catching passes here. West's got it now. See if West can bring it into the zone and we can get set up. West in. He hits it back to Devin. Devin over to Kaz. Kaz in the slot. Kaz shoots it high. Mason trying to win it, or West trying to win it now and get it back. Kaz trying to help him. And then Littleton able to get to it. Mason having to get there down deep now. Mason able to hold off his guy, but they're going to work their way in. Devin off the boards up to Jackson. Jackson gets it over to Maxim. Maxim gets it poked off his stick. Mason now has it. Works his way behind the net. To the slot shot. It's right in front. Nobody there. Get all the way down again. Off the boards. Back up to Maxim. And Littleton comes out with it. Work their way in on Noah. So Noah's going to show him the side. And off the glass it goes. Into the slot. They're going to shoot it. The shot goes wide. Grabbed by Nolan. Nolan now bringing it around. Nolan loses it. As Littleton picks it up here behind the net. Noah trying to get a hold of it. Noah does come out. Nolan does come out with it. Nolan's going to take it himself along the boards. Gets pinched off, and back to Littleton it goes. Here comes Littleton again. Does that go away in? And hit out by Declan. Back up to the point. Saved by Jackson. Get back to the point. And shot in again. Into the corner. And Noah trying to get this now behind the goal. He does. Noah battling. Maxim comes in to help him. He'll pop it back out. And they go into the flop. Declan finally gets a hold of it nice, and he gets it up to Wes. So Wes is now going to just try to work it. He's going to bring it around here. He's going to bring it around this outside. Gets it into the corner. Kaz bobbles it off his stick and goes back to Littleton. Littleton through neutral ice, glove down by Goody. Noah trying to get to this here. And we're kind of battling. I think it's going to, Noah comes up out with it. And he goes cross ice to Dane. Dane brings it in the zone. Wes is going to punch it behind the net, and we're going to get a change. Dane's got to go get his own rebound. Nice work by Dane. He does get it. Gets it to Wes. Gets poked off of Wes' stick. Wes now having to hold it until we can get on sides. Wes over to Goody. And Goody back to Eli. Eli up to Kaz. Gets hit off of Kaz's stick. Back into the zone. And we're going to shovel it back down deep. About 3:50 left in the period. Comes around the boards. Going to get held in by Devin. Devin working his way in. And back to James. James gets it back to Kaz. Kaz going back to James, who's still in there. James back to Mason. Mason cross to Kaz. Couldn't quite put it in the direction of the goal. Nice pass by Mason, though. And up off the boards, here it comes. They dump it in. Nicholas wraps it around. Nobody going for it, so it pops out of the zone. Kaz has got it now. Kaz trying to shovel it over to Mason. Mason misses it. Kaz got to get on the backside. He swings it. Goes towards the net. James in there. James puts it towards the net. It's a pad save by the goalie. Devin now back to Mason, who shoots it. Good save by the goalie. Good series there. Good pressure. .257 left. Maxim keeps it in the dot. Alex shovels it towards the net. Now Dane trying to win it. It's going to get shoved up ice. Going to go to Jackson. Jackson tries to get up the boards back to Alex. Alex there now. Alex just shoves his guy, then he gets pushed down. And send it into the corner. Back one up the boards. And Maxim's going to bring this out here. Maxim on the boards. Hits up off a Littleton player and out. And they're going to try to bring it back down. Declan's just going to pick it off. He gets it over to Jackson. Jackson goes back to Declan. Declan back to Jackson. Jackson's going to work his way up. Gets it over to Alex. Nice pass. And it just works its way into the corner here. They've got that cherry picker, so we can't aggressively pinch. Good job by Alex. He gets it over to Wes. Wes over the board to Jackson. Jackson sends it towards the net. Just makes its way to the corner. Way hard off the boards. Kept in by Alex as he was coming off the bench. So we're going to get called, I think, for too many men. So I don't know if this is going to be a face-off or if we're actually going to have to if we're going to get penalized for too many men by just a very unlucky call of Alex coming off. Yeah, Alex is going to go have to sit. It was just a really unlucky play. The puck just came around as he was coming off and literally hit him as he was jumping over the boards. But unfortunately, Eli had already jumped onto the ice, so just bad luck. So James Noah out there, Eli Paz. And face-off won by Littleton. Gonna shoot it, goes wide. And Littleton at the point now. Just kind of holding it along the blue line, saying it did not come out. So Cross missed the slap shot. Worked it across. Good job by Kaz to slow that puck down. Otherwise, that kid probably would have unloaded. Back to the slot, send in, left and wide. Noah's going to get to it. He gets it up to Kaz. Kaz off the boards to himself. Kaz trying to work his way in. He's beat one. Gets punched in the head as he falls down to the ice. Good work by Kaz. Kaz trying to get it again. Good work by Kaz again. Just causing a lot of. He wins it again. Oh, almost got it to Nolan. But unfortunately, bouncing puck went over Nolan's stick. Littleton coming in now. Noah's going to win this. Noah holds on to it. He's going to get it over. And then once he crosses the red line, he's just going to sling it into the corner. Good job by Noah. Mason now out there. He runs onto it. He's got Nolan with him. And this is going to get pinched off by Noah. Noah into the slot. Noah makes the move, takes a shot, whiffs on his shot. Unfortunately, didn't get a lot on it. I think he got slashed on his way in. And he was kind of wiggling his hand. Nice job, Noah. Karate kicks it down. And he's going to get one in. Got 15 seconds left on the PK. And that'll do it for second period. right, starts the third. Got a little bit left on the penalty kill here. They're going to send it in here, and it's going to come out. Littleton's going to have kind of one more little opportunity as they bring it in here. Good job by Noah. Eli getting this now on the backside here. Eli getting it up to Wes. Wes goes under Wes' stick. It's going to go all the way down for an ice. All right, Jackson, Noah, Kaz, Eli, Wes. Face off over the boards, sent up the point, shot it behind the net. Takes it out of the zone here and then just shipped back into the far corner. Jackson having to go get this. He's going to get held into the boards. Kaz in there to help him. And they're going to come out with it. Jackson's going to grab it now. Jackson's got some room to skate. Come on, Jackson. Come on. Yeah. He's going to bring it in, get it to Wes. Wes trying to get it to Kaz. Goes in between Kaz's skates there. And back in by Devin. I think we were getting called offside. It looked like it was clean, but good play by Jackson over to West. We almost got that. All right, Mason, Devin, Nolan out there with James and Declan. Face off won by Littleton. Nolan not quite able to get to it. As they're going to sling it in. It should be an icing. There we go. Come all the way down. .39 left in the third period. Looking for that equalizer. Mason takes the face off here. Face off kind of stayed in the dock and picked up by Littleton. Devin now giving pressure. Devin able to work with two guys. They're holding it in at the point here. Nice work by Devin. Finally, Littleton shoves it down. There should be another icing. Staying with the same five. Face off won by Littleton. James trying to hold it in. Littleton in the neutral zone though. Declan's going to grab it. Declan off the boards up to Nolan, who's just going to poke it into the corner here and give chase. Other side. Nolan trying to go for it. Got James punching with him into the slot. Hit up into the netting by Maxim as it got deflected. We're going to get a line change here. Cavs out there with Dane, Maxim, Nicholas, and Jackson. Face off goes into the corner by Littleton. They're going to try to ring it off the glass, but big pinch by Nicholas. He gets to it, sends it into the center. Gets it again, sends it in the center. Oh. Right there! Nicholas, Maxim, he's at Dane or Devin. That's Dane. Dane gets his first one. Dane's on the board. Maxim gets the assist and good work by Nolan. And we have a tie game. 2-2. 13:42 left. Good poking by Dane. Maxim again with that assist. And Nolan, just hard work in the corner that got it to Maxim. So good job. All right, Littleton wins that face-off. They're going to bring it into the zone. Jackson's going to have to go get it behind the net here. He's going to try to get it off the boards. It's deflected. And Littleton bringing it back in. Deflected again by Jackson. Jackson gets it up to Wes. Wes pokes it up to Eli. And poked out by Eli's stick. And then back to Littleton in their defensive zone here. Littleton wings it up, and Eli poked it, but then got brought off his stick. In shot, Jackson with the save. All right, Declan in now with Noah, and Eli, West, and Kaz. Face off, stays in the dots. Kaz Littleton comes out with it. Holding on to it. They extend it, and they're going to chip it all the way down ice. This is not an icing because it hit off of Littleton's stick. Eli giving some pressure here. Wrap around the board. West now, and Kaz is going to pick this up. Goes down behind the net. Noah should get this on the board. Noah sends it off the net. Saved by Littleton goalie. West working on the board. They can't see what's happening. He shovels it back behind the net for Kaz. Kaz sends it all the way through the crease. Nobody there, so Noah grabs it. He's going to get it down to West. West has got 3 guys on him as he gets shoved into the boards here. He gets it over to Devin. Oh, couldn't quite get a hold of the puck. And it's going to come out. Noah here. Noah's trying to hold up his guy. Littleton does come out with it. They send it through the crease. Gets poked up, and their guy rolls. Kaz now. Kaz coming in with a whole lot of speed. Makes his way around one, but goes behind the net here. So West has got to pull up. Kaz holding on to it still. Comes out by Littleton now. And the kid was totally holding on to Kaz's stick, but no call. Shot goes wide. West picking it up now. And they shovel it down. We're going to go, can't quite get it out. Held in at the point by Littleton. Littleton into the corner. Now in the point. They're going to shuffle it behind. Nicholas is there. Littleton, it just seems like Littleton's always there to recover. Nicholas in the corner now. Littleton behind the net. They hit it in front, but it gets hit away by Mason. Still behind the net goes Mason. Nicholas holds off his guy so that Mason can run on it. Mason chips it up to Devin. Devin just slings it around the boards. This is going to ice. So coming back in here, Mason, Devin, Nolan, Noah, Jackson. Face off won by Littleton, but goes out of the zone. Nolan giving good pressure. Back in it goes. Mason, nice handling by Mason. Off the boards, Devin gets a hold of it here at the point. And he goes into the corner. Looking for Mason. Oh, right there. There's so many Littleton kids. No call again on Littleton for the slash and the holding the hook. I don't know. It was all of those, I think. Off the boards. Going down. This is going to ice. All right, Declan's centering the line now. Declan out there with Dane and Alex. Face off, or won by Declan, but just went back to Littleton. Shot in, saved by Jackson. Declan wins it again. Noah picks it up. He goes off the boards, trying to get it to Maxim here. In the stick, Jackson gets it. Jackson bumps it over to Noah. Noah behind the net now, along the boards. This should work its way out. It's at least out. Maxim, nice pressure by Maxim. There goes Dane. Pops out. Noah punches it to the side. Dane running on. Nice job by Dane. Dane working along the boards. And finally kind of brought out by Littleton as they come across the ice here. Jackson on the backside. He's going to take it around the net here. He's going to work it up the boards. Loses it in the corner. The other side, Maxim's there. Jackson. He hits it up And we're able to hit up into the bench. All right, we're going to get a change going. Wes, Eli, Cavs out there with James and Nicholas. 2-2, 9:39 left. Face off won by Kaz. Back to Nicholas. Nicholas along the boards to James. James trying to get up for Eli. Back into the corner it goes. Nicholas grabbed it again. He's going to get it over to Wes. Good pass by Nicholas. And here comes Wes. We got numbers. We got a 3-on-2 coming into the zone here. Wes works his way, turns, and now they're holding off here in the corner. Eli coming over to help. It works its way behind the goal. Eli comes out with it. He goes back behind. But Wes got taken down and no call. Yeah. Wes again. Gets it back down to Eli. Eli loses it. So I'm trying to bring it out. It's by James here. As they send it across the ice on Nicholas. Nicholas pops it back off the boards for Wes. Wes off the boards to himself. Again, he's getting hooked and hit and slashed. Wes, nice job. They can't take it away. Wes keeps working in on the guys who are all hitting with their sticks and slapping and hooking. But Wes is just not going to be denied, and he pops it left corner. Beautiful. We are up 3-2. Good hard-working goal by Wes, unassisted. All right, Mason, Devin, Nolan out there with Jackson and Noah. 8:30 left in the game here. We're going to send it back. Jackson's going to pick it up, go over to Noah. Noah loses it in the corner, trying to send it off the boards. It does come out. And now we're going to have to pressure it. Littleton's kind of bringing it out. They're going to go along the boards. It's getting picked up by Mason. Oh, Mason just went under Mason's stick. So here comes Littleton in. They're going to work their way in on Noah. They're going to call for the offsides. And Littleton just, in frustration, just winged the puck all around the boards. And the ref, pretty annoyed, I think. Kind of gave him a warning. All right, face off. Chips up by Nolan into the zone. Nolan giving pressure now. Littleton hits it into the corner. Goody over to Nicholas. Just misses Nicholas. Mason over there to help out. Makes its way up. Now Nolan. Popped out by Nicholas. Nolan hits it. This was chipped, so no icing. We're going to run onto it, and Littleton's going to chip it up into the netting. So we're going to get a face-off here in the offensive zone. So James, Maxim, and Declan coming in. So Declan's probably going to play center on this one. We got James and Jackson as defense here. Face-off won by Littleton back. They're going to bring around the boards. Goody's going to pinch. Pinch is successful. Stays in the zone. Littleton to just chip it out. It's gloved down by Maxim on the jump shot. And Littleton hits it out to Jackson. Jackson over to James. James whiffs on the pass, and they're going to come in here. They're going to shoot it in the slot. They whiff. Jackson pokes it out. Dane going to get it. Back to the point it goes. Shot in. Jackson gloves it aside. James shoves him into the corner. And Jackson's over in the corner now, too, trying to work it up the boards. Back to the point, shot in. Oh, screen. And Jackson saw that through. A good screen and nice save by Jackson. Now winged up the boards, and it does pop out. So we need a recover here. Comes back down to Maxim. Maxim off the boards. Didn't quite get enough on it as we're trying to run onto it here. And then Littleton and James still battling away. Sorry, I can't really see. I just know they're along the board somewhere. Finally pops out to the blue line here. They send it in. Jackson deflects it wide. And then back into the zone. Declan's going to get a hold of this, and he's just going to chip it over towards the announcers. We're going to get fresh set out here. Noah out there with Kaz, Eli, Nicholas, and Wes. 6:12 left. Kaz wins the faceoff. Nicholas trying to get there. He does get there just enough so Wes can run onto it. Wes now holding it. Oh, hits off Eli's skate. Comes out through the neutral zone. Comes Littleton. And into the corner. Hit into the corner by Noah. Noah and Kaz battling. Noah comes out with it. Noah's got a lot of space in front of him. Noah's going to take it himself. Noah trying to work its way in. Gets it into the corner. Eli's trying to run onto it here. And they're going to work their way back out. Kaz on the backside, though, so he's going to recover this. Gets it over to Noah. Noah chips it up the ice just fine. It's back in neutral ice. Littleton's going to have to touch up. And they send it back down deep for Noah. Noah again. Now he decides to backhand it over to Wes, but Wes has got a bunch of guys on him, so we are able to come out of that okay. Nicholas trying to get it to Dane. Bounces up out of the zone. Littleton shoves it back down. We got lots of time. Take a second, Noah. Noah holds on to it. Noah just takes it in and chips it. Littleton's still in there. Noah again just holds the red line and just dumps it way back down deep again. So Nolan in there giving some pressure. We got Dane. We're finishing out our forward change up here. We got James and Mason. Mason now going to go pressure along the boards here. We got Nolan out there too. And here comes Littleton. Littleton's working their way out. Hit aside by Jackson. Hit into the corner. And they pick it up at the point. Shot in on Jackson, and he's going to just save it. Nice save by Jackson. All right, Kaz out there to take his face off. Staying in the dots. Finally picked up by Eli. Good job by Eli. Gets it over to Wes. Wes getting some steam going up. He's going to jump it into the corner. Eli's going to have to go chase onto this. Along the boards. Kind of battling along the boards. Wes is along the board. Kaz is along the boards. Littleton's going to bring it out here. Littleton just dumps it in deep after gaining the red line, and they're going to go in the corner here. Along the other side, it's going to be picked up by Wes. Wes shovels it up for Eli. He does come out of the zone and up into the bench. All right, Declan out there with Nicholas. We got Devin, Mason, Nolan, I'm guessing, on that backside. Not completely sure. And Littleton wins it, and they just shove it into the corner. Nicholas going along the boards to Nolan. Nolan off the boards, not quite hard enough, so Littleton comes out with it. But there's Devin to recover. Devin's going to work it into the zone. Devin making his way into the dots here. He beats one. Oh, just bouncing around though way too much. Nolan can't quite get a stick on it. He shoves it back down deep for Devin. Mason now centering past Nolan. Here comes Declan. Winding up Declan. Declan shot. Oh, nice. Devin shot at the side of the net. And it's back behind the net now. And Nicholas got a hold of it. Trying to get it to me. Gets it over to Devin. Devin. Oh, still there. Backhand Nolan saved by the goalie. Nice job by this guy. Picked off by Declan. Declan sends it in. And finally the goalie's going to cover it up as Littleton and Declan start getting a little chippy with each other. But we got to be a little careful. Not the time to get a penalty. So Littleton might try to kind of goad you into doing something stupid. We got to not fall for it. All right, Jackson and Noah out there with looks like Kaz, Dane, and Maxim, I believe. Face-off goes into the corner. Going to go along the boards. Maxim trying to hold it in, trying to get some help by Dane. Maxim gets taken out. Here comes Littleton, though. Littleton, a lot of speed. Takes off by Maxim. Nice defensive play by Maxim. Maxim's angry. Send it back down, all the way down. That should be an icing because Jackson went for it and he could not get there. But Jackson now off the boards. Can't quite get it out. Now Dane's just going to ice it. Oh, he didn't put it on target. No icing. Littleton now to work their way back out. 2:15 left. They're going to come in. They drop it to the point. They go cross ice. Send it towards the net. Oh, God. Almost off of Noah there, but luckily it went wide. And Devin will bring this out. Good job. Devin's going to play with it. He's going to hold on to it. And he backhands it over to Jackson. Jackson's going to spin around here and wing it off the boards back up to Nolan. Nolan just going to, oh God, Nolan, go to, Nolan makes it through. Woo! He's going to go. We're going to get changed. Yeah, they're changing. I know. All right, Mason in. Got some fresh bodies out there. Held in by Wes as he takes a forearm to the face. Nice job by Wes to hold it in here. And they're going to ring it around the board. It's going to get held in by Declan. And sent towards the crease. Hits off a body, though. And Littleton coming back out with it. 1:14 left. We got to be watching Littleton's goalie. They're going to be pulling a sixth skater on the ice. They'll make their way in. Poked off by Declan. Nice job by Declan. Can't quite get it out at the point, though. They send it across. Guy in the slot bobbles the puck. Declan's just going to send it all the way around. With an empty net. We're going to get a couple fresh bodies out here. Picked off by Goody. Goody doesn't quite get enough on it. Puts it into our own corner here. Eli now. Littleton actually tripped and that was able to. There we go. Kaz got it out of his own. Kaz now, he's got one on one. Oh, that would have been the dagger. They send it down. 30 seconds left. And into the corner. Hit up by Maxim. Can't quite get it out, and then we're just going to ice the puck. Just fine. 17 seconds left. Dang, we missed that one shot. I know. That would have done it. All right. Timeout called. 17 seconds left in the game. Loco's up 3-2 on the game-winning goal by West so far. He's got to hold it 17 seconds here. Oh. All right, 17 seconds hopefully to glory. Jackson, Mason, Noah, Kaz, Devin. Gobbled up by Jackson goalie. Took off 3 seconds. Boys got to dig, just give it all they have. Devin to take this face off. Face off goes to the corner. They send it across. In there. Covered up by Jackson. Good save by Jackson. There's a lot of pushing and shoving in front. Jackson got laid on a lot. Nice job by Jackson. Great save. See bodies up on that. Still 8 seconds though. We've only killed off half of this last 17 seconds. Shit. There we go. Face off, one by Devin. Go hard along the board, all the way up. Isis with 0.3 seconds left. So as long as Devin can just stay in the way, we should wrap up this victory. He's just got to not step aside is basically it. We're piling up everyone goal side. He's going to create a wall in front of Jackson. Just creating a big wall and hopefully a big rush toward the puck, and this should do it. Refs clearing the kids out of the zone. They got to stay outside the circle. Puck drops. That's it. We win. Nice win. Big gutsy win. Come out with it that time. Yes. Great job, boys. Good comeback. We'll take it. See you later.